Some Devils, J-dawg back to answer some more goddamn questions and concerns, of course, if there are any. And it's going over the video. Does J-dawg call the Pulp Pantera and Cold Chamber Canute stupid in their face? Question marks. With 125 comments. This was posted, what, 3 weeks ago? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. So let's see here. Just scroll to the first goddamn question mark from Hell Swamp Commando. Shout out to you, brah. I don't recognize you. Morning, J-dawg. What has been your favorite show this year? Favorite show this year thus far? A lot of shows this year. I gotta say that I've been going to. A bunch coming up too. Just went to Christian 2 or 3 nights ago. This is a Monday. I'm recording this. The 17th. It was Saturday, whatever that was. No, was it Friday? Friday. So whatever, 3 days ago. That was really, really good. Watching Christian, got to fucking hang out with Alex, Moises, and Max again. It's been a while since done that. Got a goddamn group photo, and I had him sign my Hell's Pressing Apocalyptic Revelations. So fucking that was a lot of fun. That was a really good one. Deicide, really, really enjoyed that. Both in Columbus and at the and Cleveland, because I went to both. Mortician, that was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Spider, I think that was the first time I seen Spider was this year, right? 'Cause it seems like that album came out forever ago, but was it? I think it came out this year in 2020, or was it last year? It might have been late last year, but nonetheless, I think it was this year when I saw them. I thought they were extreme. Actually, not as much as I like the record, I think I even liked them more live. To be honest with you, I thought they were fan fucking tastic live. Um, Yeah, any of those, man, they were very, very good. Went to some other shows, but those are the ones that are standing out to my mind so far this year. But I got Merciful Fate in fucking what 2 3 weeks? The fifth, I think, whatever Detroit one is. So I should probably give everybody a run for their money. God damn it, right? So we shall see. Ricky Jones, Daily Devil's question: what do you think of the Demolition Man era of Venom? I never actually officially went back to it. I need to. We have some of the reissue CDs and LPs in stock. When we first got them in, too, they were selling like crazy, which was kind of surprised. Then it's died down. We got a handful of each left, but I need myself. I kind of like forgot to go back to it, even though it's on the shelf. So I definitely need to before it sells out. But everybody that kind of that know, it's either they're in the boat that I'm in, they don't really know it, or but the people that have listened to it, they're all like, it's pretty good. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things I kind of forget about. So I'm pretty sure I have heard something, but not enough to make an opinion at this point. Matthias Majorias. J-dawg, I'd love to hear about good obscure bands instead of constantly talking about who's a poser, what bands posers listen to. Seems that's what everybody wants to hear about, though, man, because those literally get the most views by a fucking milestone. I mean, obscure bands. I talk about fucking obscure bands all the goddamn time. Check out that goddamn Caustic Phlegm demo, 2022. Check it out on YouTube, brah. And then Hell's Headbangers will be putting out the fucking 7-inch version, 7-inch of that demo. That's obscure as fuck. Don't you know that one? Did you check out that Miasmatic Necrosis? Did you go and pick up that at Hell's Headbangers? Probably not. That's an obscure one for you. Did you pick up that fucking Spider album? That's still pretty obscure. I don't think that they're fucking playing with goddamn Ozzy anytime soon. What else? Other stuff that I don't know, I never mentioned. I think I mentioned this channel. It's the early stuff that I like that nobody brings up anymore, like Pioneer, Cerebral Serial. I think that's a fucking great record. Love for Hells to do that LP. Fucking check that out. I think I talked about that once. Disavowed, Deceptive Deception. Uh, that did come on LP. Osmos Records, which I have an LP of that as well. CD. Those are early 2000s. What else? What else have I kind of mentioned, or stuff that I might even recently heard that I think's worth bringing up obscure? I don't know. Mentioned kind of obscure shit all the fucking time though. So just keep on listening, brah. Did you check out any of those ones? I mentioned those. I mean, so if you haven't even checked those out, then no point in me mentioning others because you haven't started with those yet. And I mentioned them more than once too. God damn it. Putting some goddamn books in here, but yeah, some of the shit is just repeating the same goddamn thing over and over. I think the Pantera horse has beat the fucking death. To be honest with you. Goat Tots or J-Dawg, do you like the 2021 Cesspool of Vermin? Is it good as the Beastal Necrophilia album? I haven't even listened either, to be honest with you, so I don't even know. Cardiac Arrest, I know your thoughts about Autopsy. How do you feel about Abscess? You know what's funny about Abscess is when I remember when I first listened to it, I didn't like it at all. But one or two bands did a cover song of it. I can't remember who for the life of me. And I was like, this is fuck. I thought their cover songs were really, really good. So I don't know. They were standout songs too. So, but what I remember listening to, I remember not liking it at all. But what is even the first one? Because it was definitely the early 2000s, whatever I heard. But them themselves, I remember not liking it. Ryan and Zerta 2, J-Dog question. I believe the movie Willow kicks a lot of ass, especially considering it was a kids' movie in our day. Warwick Davis has to step up and send folks home on a stretcher in that one. Were you a fan of that movie as a young buck? Cheers, brah. Yeah, sure was actually. I probably saw that. Didn't even realize at the time because you're not paying attention to years or dates. Realize it's a new movie, old movie. I had to been five at the oldest, 6 years old when that came out. Was that 1990? It came out. 1990. I would have been five, so I probably saw it when it was not in the theater, but fucking on VHS or whatever at the time. Maybe it came out in '89, so a year late. But so it was a newer movie at the time when I first saw it because I was extremely young. But yeah, I did like it. Richard Pittman 666 Depravity is the most underrated death metal out there. Must check them out. I only got two albums, but they're both 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Am I thinking of somebody different? I have one album. Are they from France? Check the fucking metal archives. This goddamn. Make sure we're talking about the same band. But it's been a decent amount of time since I've listened to them. But it's the one I'm thinking of. Let me see here. Make sure to bet. Finland, Australia. No, maybe I'm thinking of. Well, let's take a look at the Australia one. Not thinking of that one. And Finnish one. Let's check that out. Not thinking of that one. There's a German Death Black one and a German Death Metal one. Not thinking of that one either. So neither one of those am I thinking of. Fuck, we might be thinking of a totally different band. Uh, so for another, the Polish one. No, it's none of these I'm fucking thinking of. So I'm thinking of a different band than you are. Then who am I fucking thinking of? Oh, I think Depraved is who I'm thinking of. I think that's who I'm. But I only wanted to. It's early 2000s brutal death metal band. So I'm thinking of a different band. Which one are you talking about then, Richard? Because there's like 10 of them on Metal Archives. I clicked on each one of them, and I don't think I've listened to any of them, to be honest with you. Sewer Vomit, Jada, question. Which albums are you looking forward to acquiring the most? What's something missing in your collection? Uh, what the most? I can't think of it off the top of my fucking head, but what is something that I'm missing that I know I'm missing? Um, I definitely never picked up, and I would like is Metal Lucifer Heavy Metal Chainsaw, the 12-inch picture disc. There's only 100 made on Iron Pegasus when it first came out. I got just the original LP version, but I don't have a picture disc version of that. So that's the first thing that's popping in my mind. There's something by Sadistic Intent I'm missing. Uh, isn't there an LP for Destroyer 666, Six Songs for the Devil? That's one of the Destroyer 666 releases I'm missing. So that, because I think there is an LP for Six Songs for the Devil. I think that's the only vinyl I'm missing, except the Violence is a Prince, the first album, Destroyer 66. But I have the reissue LP, which Hells has in stock, in case you fucking missed that. Uh, but I never got the original of that. But I do have an LP version of it since that came out. It looks pretty like it came out back in the day too. It's no fucking completely Adobe Photoshop. Look like some brand new. Like what the fuck is this? Where they fucked it up. It actually looks retro if you want to call it that. But those are the only two Destroy 66 I think I was missing. want to say I'm missing something by Sadistic Intent, vinyl wise, but I can't think of what. Because even like the Morbid Faith 7 inch, I have the 7 inch picture disc. That took me years to acquire. I think I finally bought it off eBay. I've had it for over 10 years now, but it took me several years after it came out to get it. I think that wasn't eBay, or I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I'm sure it was probably $100 or something in that area. But because even like that, I have. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not missing any vinyl versions of Sadistic Intent. I thought I was missing something because I think I have all the 7 inches and 12 inches. Yeah. Um, the one or two hemorrhage things I'm missing. Although when I did my hemorrhage video, I went back. I was only missing a couple things. I was missing the 911 7 inch, which I picked that up. I was missing the Hemtology, both my vinyl. Whatever one was the box set version, I bought that, so I have the box set of that now. So I don't think that was Hemtology Part Two, the maybe maybe it was whatever. I think maybe it was Part One. Whatever the other one is, the other part that wasn't the box set, I think that's the only thing I'm missing then. Because I think after I did the video, I looked. I was like, oh fuck, the 10 inches I forgot to show, and then I showed them in the very next video, beginning of the video, like the Discord split, like that. I was like, I have those, the obnoxious 10 inch split. Um, I think it's just one of the Hemtologies, and I think it's part one, and there's like a purple vinyl which I wanted. I think that's the only thing I'm missing. So that, and then there's probably some because I collect all their vinyls of like Bird Flesh. I know I'm missing a couple things by them, whatever it is, Bird Flesh and Embalming Theater, because I have a good handful of shit for both bands, but they have quite a few released this time, so I know I'm missing a few things. So whatever I'm missing by either one of those bands, vinyl wise, those would be probably my most what's come to my mind. Adam C. Question, J-dawg. What are your top 10 records from the 2010s? Not genre related question. Put all them albums. So 2010 to like 2019. Fuck, I don't even know, man. I would have to kind of like brainstorm a list up together. Like if somebody put a list. Um, I mean, I could tell you something that what year was the first Intrails album? Any of those the first four, those would be in the 2010s. Any one of them, that would be one of them. Those would be in there. So off the top of my head, so put those in there. Well, what did Cannibal do in the 2010s? I'm sure it's something that'd be in there. Uh, really likes Overtures of Blasphemy by Deicide, so that would be in there. I'm just trying to think of shit that came out in the last 2010 to 2019. I just know it right off the top of my head. King Diamond just missed the whole goddamn decade. Think about it. Because when was Give Me Your Soul? Wasn't that like '08 or some shit? Missed the whole goddamn decade. Fucking still ain't doing shit. What the fuck you doing, man? Um, so can't say anything about King Diamond because he didn't do anything. Um, yeah, those are the ones that pop up. But there's definitely other shit for sure. But I'd have to make a list like 2010s because that's like such a. It's funny when you think of like release and stuff. You're thinking like the '80s, early '90s generally. You know what I mean? And it's easy to pop in there. Maybe because there's honestly, even though there was a ton of bands in every time frame, there was. I'm sure people like by like 1991, etc. Like, oh, there's too many bands. I'm sure all the guys that were around back then, way too many bands, way too many bands. I mean, it's like a fucking fraction of what it is today. You know what I mean? So it's like now, and it's even in the 2010s. I mean, it is too many goddamn bands for sure. So, Chris Bell, Hales, J-dawg, Atomizer is definitely an underrated as fuck band. Yeah, there you go. Previous guy talking about obscure shit. Did you check out Atomizer? Probably not. Did you check out Gospel of Horns? You know that stuff? I mean, not that I don't really think those bands are obscure, but it's bands nobody talks about. So we talk about all he brings up is posers and shit. I mentioned shit bring shit up all the motherfucking time. I have a huge hunch you've yet to check out one of them though. But if you have, then fucking sweet. Then I'll carry on with others. But start there, goddammit. And Atomizer is a great place to start, especially the only weapon of choice. That kind of is obscure at this point because literally fucking nobody brings them up whatsoever. First heard them in like 2011 from Hell's compilations and was listening to the first Hellcast back then. Got into so much underground shit thanks to you guys. Yeah, just two other bands that popped in my mind. I've mentioned on the channel a few times. Victimizer from Denmark. Church Bazaar from Denmark. There's some obscure ones for you there too, brah. Guarantee you never fucking listen to any of those. Wicked Devil question. King Devil, could you elaborate on the definition of a tampon boy? I was at work with my earbuds and listening to a prior episode and bust out laughing. Thanks, brah. It's Just go out anywhere and you see any fucking like what's considered a man nowadays. 90% of them fucking wearing a goddamn pink T-shirt, fucking dick scrunching jeans, sipping a Starbucks with a man bun haircut. Just a regular dude that he thinks he's a dude, but he's not a dude. And people just bitching and whining and we're bitching and whining, just chick gossip and worried about chick stuff and offended over an opinion. That's the biggest damn factor. If you're offended over an opinion, you shouldn't give a flying fuck what anybody's opinion is. I mean, you can ask because you're trying to get maybe an idea, but if they disagree and they don't like it, then just change the channels. Like that's a prime fucking tampon boy right there. Anybody gets offended over somebody else's opinion on any topic whatsoever, that's a tampon boy. Distributor of cult points, obsessive nerd moments. What are some of your favorite painted cover arts? Here's incomplete, unordered top list of my top 31 picks. I mean, define what's painted. I mean, first thing that's popping in my mind when you say painted is we'll give you another obscure one for the guy below. It says I don't mention obscure shit. Doubt he knows this one either. You guys know it's one of my favorite records of all time. Centurion Corazonic Chaos Gods, and Rob, the guitar player, painted that in his own blood. That's a painting for you there. God damn it. And whatever the hell your one's name was. Do you know that one? Corazonic Chaos Gods, one of the fucking greatest death metal albums of all time, my book. Again, in my mind, it isn't obscure, but when you do the math, it kind of is because nobody talks about that. You don't go to shows and fucking seeing anyone wear that. I could probably count on one hand how many times I could probably literally count on one hand how many times I've gone to a show and seen somebody wearing a Centurion shirt. One was fucking Nevermore Rules for Comax, that stuff. When he came up here from, I think he said he lives in Georgia, came up to the Deicide show, came up to the shop. He was wearing a Centurion Apparel Fire shirt. That's one. And I think I see one somebody wearing I think a Centurion hoodie of their comeback album, the Contra one, the fourth record. I think he was wearing a hoodie at Maryland Death Fest. Because I thought, whoa, that's don't see anyone with Centurion on ever. That's two, maybe one or two other people. So it's obscure in that sense. So there's another obscure one for you there, brah brah. Tons of obscure shit on this channel. What the fuck are you talking about? And we'll probably make this last one just comment. More obscure shit for this guy. Interfacer, J-dawg, Atomizer, Destructor from goddamn Australia. Know that one too, brah brah? Gospel Horns, All Rules. Very much respect to Aussie metal. Those are bands I own items of since many years ago, thanks to HHR. Yeah, each one of those bands we've worked with. Yeah, all three of them we worked with. So yeah, but Destructor, the not the Cleveland one, the goddamn Australian one. That's another great fucking death metal band. That I mean, in my mind, is it obscure? No, I mean that's guess what the fuck you define as obscure, but it's definitely more obscure than fucking shit everybody talks about: suffocation, obituary, asphyx, pestilence, cannibal, shit like that. You know what I mean? It's obscure compared to that. Incantation. You know what I mean? So there's some obscure ones for you, brah brah. Anyways, that's it for this one, Devils. Captain Squash Concerns. You know what the fuck to do. Put in the comments box. Get an answer bright in the morning. Later, goddammit.